Okay, so you know the old Carly Simon song, it's You're So Vain, and the lyric is, You're so vain you probably think this song is about you. If you see yourself in any of the advice I have to give here today, good. There are so many tips here today that I hope that prospective home sellers see themselves in, and they get it from an impartial person, which is me, because I mean I have no stake in the sale of your home. But the advice I'm giving you here is sound. It is very, very battle tested. So thank you very much to user Motivate Me who sent this question today, and it was, what do you wish you knew before you sold your house? So in response to another question about what do you wish you knew before you bought a house, they had the opposite question. They're selling their home and they're getting ready to list it. What do they wish? What advice do they wish that people would give them that came from others' experience? Now, as someone who's been a realtor for 12 years and somebody who has sold homes before, so here are my tips for you. Lots of great advice in this thread, so I encourage you to click the link as well to go back to the Reddit thread. But I kind of compiled everything and expanded on some of the points I think needed to be expanded on. Number one is just preparation. Homeowners often underestimate how long and how much effort it takes to get a home ready for sale. Now, not everybody has the luxury of having time. I understand that sometimes people are getting divorced, they need to move quickly, they get a new job, realize a new baby's on the way. I mean, there's dozens of different reasons where you might have to move quickly. But if you do have the luxury of time, give yourself lots of runway to get ready and be intentional about the preparation. So a great first step is just to call a stager. Or have your realtor included as part of their listing package and get an updated market evaluation of your home. Those would be two really great things to start with. That gives you a financial picture, and it also gives you a task list that you can take to get your home show ready, where you can do it. When you have a free Saturday afternoon or something like that, or a Tuesday before you go into work in the afternoon or something. That's a lot less stressful than having to cram it all into a couple of weeks before pictures are being taken. Now, second, related to that, is staging. I included a staging consultation for my clients every time we list a home, even though I have been on literally hundreds of staging appointments, with our clients at this point, and I could recite a lot of the things they say by memory. Why? It's because they do that job professionally, and that staging works to sell your home faster and for more money. There's studies by the National Association of Realtors, by various banks that they do indicate, it's a very hard thing to measure, but they do indicate that staged homes sell faster and for more money. And for the cost of what it is, here in Ottawa, it's about $250 Canadian for a staging appointment to create a great list of what to tackle in your home that could get you thousands back or spend a couple weeks less on market. It is well worth it. So the second part to the staging is that occasionally you're actually going to need to stage, not just do an appointment. So adding appropriate furniture or decoration to a vacant home really works as well. At the time that I'm posting this, you can actually look at our listing at 320 McLeod, and it is fully staged. There's not a piece of furniture in there that we didn't bring in because it was completely vacant. So we cleaned it, we've staged it, we've photographed and videoed afterwards, and it makes a huge difference in the quality of activity we're getting on that listing. Next is cleaning, which I sort of touched on. So somebody else put it well in the comments here, but many people's levels of clean are not everybody's level of clean. A stager once told me to clean like you were scrubbing the house for surgery, like you're going to perform surgery there, and you need to disinfect every nook and cranny. And that has really stuck with me over the years. Get to all the nooks and crannies and all the places that you think that no one is going to look, because someone is going to look there. And if they see that it is clean, they're going to make a positive assumption about you, that you maintain your home, you're good. They're also going to aspirationally see that, oh yeah, I could have a beautiful, clean home like this. Because everybody, the difference when you clean your own house and you see how much nicer it feels. Imagine that when you're thinking of buying a place to go live there. So that's the kind of feeling you want to give buyers. And if you do a really, really big clean at the beginning, especially with with professionals if you can afford to do that, or again, have your realtor include a cleaning with your listing, then it's much easier to just maintain a similar level of clean rather than have to go back to that. Smell. Okay, this is related to cleaning. And I'm going to be blunt here because your friends and family close to you might not be able to be blunt with you. Your home probably smells differently than you think it does. It's not your fault. We all get nose blind to where we live. So ask a friend. If you have a friend who will be honest with you about that stuff, and I mean, cruel in a kind way, have them go through your house with you and tell you if there's any place that smells bad, particularly smoke, pet odor, or mustiness, and see what you can do to eliminate those smells. I wrote eliminate them in my text, but don't eliminate your pets, just eliminate the smells. So this is related to cleaning. Bad smells kill sales in the same way that a clean house helps them. Don't cover it up with air fresheners. This is a big mistake that sellers make. In fact, never use air fresheners ever. Buyers hate them, and they immediately assume when they smell an air freshener or a scented candle or anything like that, that you are hiding something as soon as they smell that air freshener. You might not be hiding anything, but as soon as that smell, that is the immediate assumption. And in fact, that's one of the things that I, start to get a little suspicious about when I smell an air freshener in a house. Next is explore your listing options. Now, I'm a realtor. Obviously, I've got bias here, but I do want to say there are lots of different ways to sell your house. You're not, you don't have to use a realtor. You don't have to sell your home on your own. But I want you to go and look and explore the options and figure out which is the right one for you. If you like the idea of selling your home on your own, go look at what the work involved is before you go do it. Don't just do it because you're like, I'm going to stick it to realtors. I'm not going to pay any commission. I'm just going to make sure I save some money. Make sure that you actually can do that and that you are going to save some money. There's more work than you probably think is involved in listing and selling your home. Homes do not sell themselves. Don't listen to anybody on Reddit who says that, because they probably haven't sold that many. If it's going to really bug you to pay commission, yes, there are lots of awesome options out there where you can sell your own home. If you're going to be kept up at night by stress and not knowing if you've done something wrong, well, on the other side of that, there's realtors who will help you. There's full service realtors, there's discount realtors, and there's everything in between. There's a whole spectrum of ways you can do it. But what I'm telling you is to go out there and investigate so that you make the right choice for you. Stress is unavoidable. Deadlines, there's legal paperwork, financial implications, and negotiations can all add up. Not to mention the fact that you're literally selling the roof over your head, the place where you live. If you're working with a realtor, let them know the things that are going to stress you out about the process. I mean, we have a pretty good idea, but it helps for you to tell us explicitly so that we can plan to kind of help manage your stress and maybe make things easier where we can. If something like small repairs on a home is stressful for you, for example, consider paying a handyman to do it rather than getting up on a ladder and doing repairs that you're not comfortable with. Not sure whether you're going to do a good job or just make it more expensive for yourself. Protect your mental health. That's worth something. On a related note, it's also worth checking in with your spouse or your kids if you have them. Even to look after your pets. A lot of people's kids react to the stress of moving by acting out or acting differently than would be normal for them. There was a really interesting tip from somebody else on the thread who was talking about with her Catholic clients. She gives them the little statue of Saint Joseph, which is a tradition. I think you bury him head first in the ground near the for sale sign, and it helps sell your home. Now, whatever you believe about that, what she pointed out is that for her Catholic clients, it was a stress reliever because it makes the sale intentional. It means that we're really committing to selling this home. We're even getting the Lord involved here. So, it sets the intention and it kind of manages the stress a little bit. Next is get out when you can. So if you have the option to go to grandma's in the next town for the first weekend of showings, so you can, your realtor can just show the house all weekend or host an open house, do that if you can. It means you don't have to clean up between showings. Not everybody has the luxury of this one, but if you can, go for it. It's a great idea. I've even had clients who go away on vacation for the whole first week and says we're going to hold off offers until we get back from vacation. That's a good one too. This is a modern one, is air tag your pets. If you're going to fix an air tag to your cat or dog's collar, I mean, if you plan well, your cat is probably not going to get out during showings. But if you have an indoor cat and it's not good at being outdoors, it's better to plan for that, potentiality than have it happen and not have a plan in place and, worry about it. Professional photos and video. I mean, some people try and forego this. They try and save a few $100 to not have professional photos and video, but it costs them thousands in what they could have gotten for their house. And yes, that is absolutely true. Again, I will go back to saying houses don't sell themselves. Not every buyer cares if you do have these or if you have a drone shot, but it will make a difference to the number and the quality of showings that you have on your home, and therefore the quality of offers that you're going to receive. So in a city of 1 million people, like where I live, about 15,000 homes get sold every year, and so many of them look the same in their listings. So you want yours to stand out in a good way. From all the similar bland listings. So that today, that means HDR photography, drone shots, video, and 3D tour using technology like Matterport or iGuide. You don't have to know these yourself, but those are the things that your photographer should be able to do. Even if you're selling on your own, you can still hire a real estate photographer and videographer. Also, if you're working with an agent, don't let any of the dinosaurs tell you that the slideshow of still photos is a listing video. It's not. That's not a video. You want something where they're telling a little bit of story about the house, about the neighborhood, and really helping a buyer imagine what it would be like to live there, and really selling the key points of the house. And don't ever or allow your agent to take their own photos. Unless you are literally a real estate photographer or a professional photographer, or your realtor is, why would they? They should be busy with real estate, not with photography. You are not going to take as good photos of a house as a real estate photographer is. So go hire that person. If you want to see what bad real estate photography helps you stand out in a bad way, I think there are actually multiple Reddit subreddits where you can go look at bad real estate photography. Do social media well. That's one that you'll wish you knew. So when you're marketing, you want to expand your reach, and you want to expand your reach to the right kind of people who are going to be qualified and who will be interested in your home. Social media is a great way to do that, but it can be a little intimidating to navigate. If you're working with a realtor, make sure they don't just post and forget about it. Make sure they have a plan to actually reach people. This usually involves paid. In fact, it should always involve paid ads. They have a marketing budget for your home, and some of it should be spent there targeting it to the right kind of people who are going to buy your home, and they should know what kind of people are going to buy your home. There are laws about exactly how precise you can get with that. I know on Meta for sure, you can target a little bit more precisely on platforms like YouTube, for example. Those are all good places to be. And if you aren't doing it yourself and you're a little intimidated by it, Meta has a good free course on how to market on their platform. Open houses. Okay, so if you're selling your home, later you're probably gonna wish you did open houses if you weren't thinking of it. Less than 5% of homes actually sell from an open house. They are mostly a vehicle to get awareness of the house and for your realtor, to meet more potential clients. That is a big thing that happens there. However, by having open houses, you reach another 5% of buyers that you might not catch if you did not have open houses. So just that little incremental change is going to be worth it for something that really doesn't take that much time or effort. No, it's not fun as an owner to have, the neighbors traipsing through your house or strangers traipsing through your house, but you or your realtor will be there. And if you have a realtor, you shouldn't be there. You should be out. But your neighbors and people like that are going to be the most likely people, statistically speaking, to know someone who wants to live in the neighborhood. They've got friends and family who they want to live close to them. And so those are the kind of people who are going to show up at your open house. And then last of all, that whole cliche about baking cookies or bread before an open house to make it smell good. I mean, that works. And that would be the only exception to the smell rule that I talked about before. I mean, plus, if you bake cookies before an open house, you can hand out the cookies in an open house, and it's just a nice icebreaker and a nice way to start up a conversation with the buyers that is friendly. It's not about pressure, it's not about selling the home. And that's really how you connect with someone and hopefully give them the impression that this is a great place to live, that place being your house. So good luck on the listing and sale. I think it was an awesome question. Thank you for asking it. Thank you for letting me give my blunt answer here. And I will be back next week with another answer to a Redditor's question. Bye for now.